This one broke my heart. Babs left a comment saying, her daughter-in-law stopped talking to her, and now her son doesn't talk to her either, which means she can't see her grandbabies. When a son cuts his mother off right after his wife dies, it usually means he feels...
Hold on, I agree with a lot of what she just said, but fellas, I need to talk to you after this clip.
Stuck right in the middle. He chose his marriage and his household, which is what he is supposed to do, but it leaves you on the outside looking in, heartbroken. The absolute worst thing you could do right now, Babs, is blame the daughter-in-law. Even if you feel like she is the root of the problem, pushing harder right now is only going to push your son away further. If you want to see those grandbabies, you have to play the long game. And real talk, sometimes that means swallowing your pride and playing nice, even if it feels like you're kissing ass just to keep that door open for those kids. Guess what? Kids grow up, kids turn 18, and get out from underneath their parents' roof at some point. The gatekeeping is over. They will decide for themselves who they choose to have a relationship with. And what they're going to remember is that you tried to have a relationship with them. But first, you've got to...
Fellas. I'm going to start off by saying this. If your mother is toxic, disrespecting your wife, constantly crossing boundaries, trying to run your household, that's the difference. That's the difference, right? That's a whole different ball game right there. Your wife and your household come first. I'm with you 100%. 100%. But if your mama, she's not toxic, and her and your wife just don't see eye to eye, they don't get along. They like oil and water. They don't mix. Man, let me tell you something. They don't have to be best friends. They don't have to call each other every day. Hell, they don't even have to like each other. But there's no way in the world somebody's going to tell me I can or cannot have a relationship with my mother simply because you don't like my mother. Fellas, at some point, you got to let your balls drop. You're a grown-ass man. You can love your wife and love your mother. Those two relationships don't have to compete. And I'm going to flip it around because this goes both ways. Ladies, if your husband has a good relationship with his mother and she's not mistreating you, why would you want to destroy that? And men, why are you making your wife and your mama fight over a position that neither one of them occupies? Your wife is your wife. Your mother is your mother. Stop making it a competition. Right now, is mama being disrespectful? If she did being disrespectful to your marriage, to your wife, and she's talking about your wife cooking, talking about she don't like your wife, your wife done this behind your back. She causing ruckus in the household. She keeping up bullshit. She doing all the extra shit. Yeah, you're going to have to put her in her place. And you might have to cut her off because now you're trying to ruin my marriage and my relationship with my wife. I get that aspect. But I notice a lot of times in estrangement, the wife looks at the mother and says, you know what? I don't like her. I don't want to have anything to do with her. I don't want her around around her grandchildren. I don't want her around my children. Right? And the man feels like he's in the middle of that. So he says, you know what? What they say, happy home, happy wife, happy life. What they say, ain't that what they say? So he thinks to himself, like, you know what? I'm going to go ride with my wife, be by my wife's side, and I'm just going to leave my mother over there by herself, and I'm going to cut them off. I don't want to deal with them. Not because his mother is toxic, but because his wife gave him an ultimatum. Either me or her. Fellas, listen to me today. Grip your balls. You are a man. Run your household. Sit them down and explain it to them. Hey, look at mama. You're not going to be disrespecting my wife. You're not going to be talking to her crazy. You're not going to be talking about her. If you want to have a relationship with me and your grandchildren, you're going to have to be cordial to my wife. Y'all ain't got to be best friends. Y'all ain't got to even be cool. Cordial. And then you go to your wife and you explain the same situation to her. Hey, look, this is my mother. I know you don't like her views, some of the things she may say, but this is my mother and I want to have a relationship with my mother. I'm not choosing you over her or vice versa. But I want you to understand the disrespect, that shit ends today. We not going for it, right? We not going for it. And most people, wives, husbands, they'll understand that aspect. Most of the time, they want you to have a relationship with your parents. It makes life easier, right? It makes life easier. Now, if she says it's my way or the highway, hey, fellas, like I told y'all earlier, hey, now you letting her control everything in your life. She control every damn thing in your life. You have no say so in your household. As men, you gotta let her know it ain't going down like that. That's why I say you got to take control of the situation. Don't let your mother disrespect your wife, and don't let your wife disrespect your mother. Do not do it. And understand, parents, understand this. Once you cross that line and you take it too far, now the wife is going to keep you away from your grandchildren. So don't be on here crying and whining and all that bullshit because you don't want to take accountability. You don't want to take accountability for your actions. You have to understand your son now is somebody's husband. He's somebody's husband. So you got to respect that boundary. That's not little boom boom no more. This is a grown ass man. He got a family now. Do not show up to their house unannounced. Do not call this young man every damn day. Find you some business. Find you some business. That's what you need to do. Do not bother him every damn day. Give him space. Let him build his own legacy. Let him do it. If you want to have a relationship with your grandchildren, we have to adapt. Guys, I know us old schools. We grew up in a generation where, you know, whatever the grandparents said, whatever your parents said, we went along with it. If we didn't believe it, if we thought it was right or wrong, we went along with it. If they went to Big Mama house and Big Mama was feeding them candy for breakfast, it wasn't a big deal. Oh, well, that's Big Mama. She gonna do what the hell she want to do. Our children will not allow those things. They are a different generation. They are different. So you have to ask yourself, are you willing to adapt? Are you willing to switch it up? And if you're not, and you say, hey, I'm gonna be the stubborn old school, look, don't be up here crying. Don't be up here crying, talking about, man, you know, they won't allow me to see my grandchildren. What's the real reason behind that? Let's have that conversation. What's the real reason behind that? So I tell parents all the time, man, we're dealing with a different generation. We got to move different. We got to think different. A lot of us parents are so set in our ways. We're so old school and stubborn that we're saying we're going to be just like our parents. We ain't changing shit. What you see is what you get, right? That's the way we roll. But man, I wish you guys could just take a deep look inside and ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth it? You know what I mean? That's what I wish. But listen, man, my name is Aaron. I go by the name of Aaron Real Talk. And look, for all the grandparents out there that are struggling, that cannot see their grandchildren, I created the letters you may never send. It's a journal for grandparents who are struggling with no contact, knowing they may not be in their grandchildren's life. It could be for different reasons. In this journal, you can go in and you can write. And maybe one day when your grandchild comes back to find Big Mama, he now can see and understand you never forgot about me. All those memories are cherished in this journal. Hey, like I said, my name is Aaron. I go by the name of Aaron Real Talk. I appreciate y'all rocking out with me. Make sure you hit that like, the follow, the share, and one time for the algorithm. Peace.